Okay, I think we are live. Um, okay, we are live, and the reason it took me so long to get back to you is that because we are also having a few people I want to interview today, and so as a part of, I would be interviewing, and we have Ryan here, which is super impressive because right now to be interviewed. Hey there.
Hi, yeah, sorry. I think your audio keeps cutting in and out. So if I missed any part of your question, just let me know.
Um, oh,
In
okay,
fact,
thank you for
I
listening.
missed most of what you said.
Oh, okay. Okay, I hear that my audio is good enough, which can be. How about now, guys? Is it better?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know if it's my internet or whatnot, but I'll close down some tabs and hopefully that helps out.
Okay, let's hope for the best. So yeah, thank you so much, Ryan, for staying in touch through this time. And can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and why you got this idea, why for that, and what are you planning to do?
Yeah, so obviously my name's Ryan. Nice to meet everyone that may be listening. My background started actually in aerospace engineering, and I did an extended high-level apprenticeship, learning all the ins and outs about the trade, and I became disillusioned with the fact that not a lot gets done. It's very bureaucratic and just didn't suit me. So one thing I always enjoyed growing up was software and IT and all of that. So I literally wrote a script to scrape basically every single software job in the UK and applied for all of them. And luckily, a company took me on. That was a startup. And over the many pivots that you get during a startup, I was exposed to different technologies, different methodologies, and I learned a lot. Um, and that transformed into other roles. So I was doing like a cloud native consultancy for a company in London, and a lot of the projects involved were around like incorporating different tech into different tech stacks and workflow and stuff like that. And then obviously there was a lot of AI involved during the last 3 years, right? It's a big and evolving topic, as I'm sure everyone here knows. Um, so that's kind of my background. You know, technologist at heart, bit of a visionary. If that sounds very egotistical, but I like to try to see the long term picture of things. And so off the back of that, I and obviously looked at what the current trends were. And at the time, think about a year ago, is when the agents really started to pop off, right? You had like LangChain, AI, all of these things. And so certain parts I just don't agree with the way these things are set up. And one of the parts obviously is like conversational AI. You get like this Chinese whispers effect where depending on how you pass through information, you're generating on it, introducing entropy, and it just becomes brittle over time, and they break, obviously. And obviously, other problems is like the integration hell problem, the n squared problem, right? The more agents you have, the more ways they have to communicate. And there's just lots of things that I saw that I thought, architectural decisions could fix. And that's really where the project that we're starting, the SOTA project, as I'm calling it, came from. And so the base architecture is designed to be used by professionals that don't necessarily need to know how to use AI. It's supposed to be as user friendly for that sort of person as possible, but I wouldn't necessarily say building the agents is very easy for people that aren't into tech. In fact, probably near on impossible. But for the people that have the software engineer experience, the whole goal is that they should be able to distill their entire knowledge, their what makes them good at their job into one of these agents, and that agent should be able to go and do certain things at certain places, like you'd expect. But that's the base framework, and obviously we've got a team of us, got some active people, got some really smart people involved that are doing bits and bobs, and we're really starting off. And our goal for this project was like a personal learning assistant, or even just like a personal assistant based thing, based on this architecture. So obviously, we believe it's like multimodal because it can deal with multiple types of input data, different requests, different inputs, different outputs, and all of these things. I think the key differentiator, well, obviously I'm extremely biased when I say this, is the fact that it's built from this architecture for the actual goal-orientated agents. Like it's memory-centric and yeah, and I think it's I think we're doing a good job so far, and I think it's got a lot of potential benefits. There's probably a lot of unseen consequences as well for some of the decisions made, but yeah, it's a process, and I'm really looking forward to being part of the community. And lastly, I just want to shout out, obviously, all the guys involved, particularly George's. He's been really great to speak with, really helpful, and obviously all the partners that have helped contribute to this hackathon. Um, like I said, without those guys, it'd be pretty difficult to do these sorts of things. And I truly believe, from a personal point of view, that open source AI, be it models or architecture, is probably the only good way forward for this sort of technology.
Thank you so much for sharing. Actually, I'm wondering, I see you as a quite technical person, and we had a brief chat at the beginning of this event, and I know that you would be diving into combination of music and visual arts within the project that you're submitting. And as a technical person, why would you go for the AI
I've
having yeah.
So you got cut off there at as a technical person. I didn't catch the rest of that.
Okay. So my question is that I see you as a quite technical person, and I know that you would be working on a project that would integrate both music and visual arts.
Mhm.
Why do you see a potential in this industry, and why you picked this specific niche?
To be fair, for that particular project, I'm blown away by like the capabilities of like current generative AI, and particularly the demo earlier by Loom AI. I thought was absolutely fantastic, and it's for me like creative output. I think everyone has this innate creative like thing about them, like this representation of themselves that they might not particularly have the motor skill set needed, like the learned, you know, mechanical properties of playing an instrument or doing these sorts of things. And I think being able to democratize the access to those skill sets like music and video and dance and all of these things, I think it's just a genuine creative output which I think will allow a lot of people to express themselves in ways previously that probably were impossible for them. I mean, look, for example, I'm probably the worst artist known to man, but I've been able to create images, based on descriptions that I think are personally, like, extremely beautiful. Even I know I haven't built them and it's generated, but still, like you have to respect the capabilities of these things. And so, for me personally, building something that would enable that creativity for other people, specifically around something that I personally have such a connection to, which is like music. Um, I think music is a glimpse into the soul type thing. Um, yeah, I think it would just be great to put that into the hands of people to be able to, just to thrive or express themselves in that sort of way. And especially, as we progress into the maturization and the increasing capabilities of these models, more and more of the content we see is going to be generated. So, I think it's eventually the stigma of seeing something knowing it's AI generated will pass, and I think that will bring on the appreciation of the creative output rather than the local creation aspect of it, so to speak, the generational aspect.
Sounds really, really interesting. Thank you so much. And so the final question would be, how are you planning to kick it off? What are the next
Mhm.
steps within the project? How are you planning to do it? Do you have a team members? And yeah, things like that.
Yeah. So the way it's set up currently is the core framework, the actual agent framework, that's already set up as a project in the projects tab. So anyone can join it, and that's really to build out the core architecture to make the agents actually perform the way they're designed. Right, a lot of work has been done there. But to join the other project that I'm yet to set up, I will probably just have another project proposal that will be in there and people will just sign up there. And I think a lot of us will migrate into that as well, because the previous project was more of a framework that came before the hackathon, and it was more an agentic framework rather than focused at any of the 6 modalities that were listed. So yeah, you can join that way. And I'd also like to just say finally, if anyone in particular needs like technical help with anything, around agents or just software in general, give me a shout. I'm always happy to help out where and if I can. So yeah.
Yeah, so just a good way to stay in touch with Ryan would be to join KXSB Discord channel, and then you would find him nickname which starts with King, and then I cannot pronounce. Sorry.
Xerxes, you've got this.
Exercit.
Xerxes, you got it. You got it. Yeah, just I'm quite active in there as well. You'll probably see me pop up in the general chat more often than not. So yeah, just shoot me a message, tag me, whatever it is, and I'll get back to you in due course.
Perfect. And so the final thing, there may be something I didn't ask you, but you feel like sharing. If there is, please do take this time to share something you would like to share.
Sure. That's a good question. Put me on the spot a bit, but things that I'd like to share. Um, I'd say I think that anyone that's involved in the open source like development of technology in the core architecture of AI or even the application of AI is doing such a good service to the betterment of like the general people, and I just cannot commend people enough to continue doing it, because at the end of the day, I would hate to think the consequence of a multinational company developing this tech and having it for themselves. So keep up the good work, and yeah, let's just try our best and see what happens.
That's a lot of motivation there. Thank you so much, Ryan. I do really appreciate your time to share all of it, and yeah, good luck, and please keep us posted. And then
Thank you.
we also have Ify here. Thank you so much for joining, Ify. If you're coming up to the stage and just letting me know what is your background and what do you do and why you decided to apply for the hackathon. Okay. I don't know. You can hear me. I bet you can. So I will just reach out to Ify via DMs.
Can you hear me?
Thanks, Lola.
Yeah.
Is it quite noisy in the background? Sorry, my computer just suddenly slowed down to a crawl. But
No
let
worries.
me just. Okay, I guess you can hear me okay though now.
Yes, it sounds perfect, honestly. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I don't think I'll get my video working. For some reason, my computer's
Don't worry.
really slow.
That's not obligatory. So yeah, just
Okay, sure. So, what I'm going to be working on is an AI tool for verifying real world actions. So, for example, it's basically going to be an SDK that you can use in your own apps on mobile, so Android and iOS, to verify you've done something. So, the use cases I'm thinking of are, say, for example, you want to build a personal trainer app, but you want to verify that the users maybe done 10 press ups or an X amount of squats. This app will be able to take that information from the camera and verify it's being done in real time. And it's going to prevent spoof prevention. So, for example, you can, if the app verifies that it's been done, then there's a very, very, very high chance it's been done, and so rewards can be issued based on that. So that's kind of what I'm working on, and it can also be even fun things like verify. You can also verify someone's location, verify that they've done something at a location. So this can be used for businesses. You know, if they want to give out a reward to or like a discount to people who go to their coffee shop. So if you go to the coffee shop and maybe high five 10 people outside, you get a reward, and that can be verified by the device. So it's a way of building real world verification and making just making it possible to allow technologies to connect us again. I think a lot of technologies kind of let us hide behind screens, and to make technology a bit more reconnect us to the world that we live in. So yeah.
that's quite interesting. I've never actually AI being used to verify actions. So I don't know. What I have in my head that it can be kind of verified to earn kind of insensitive behind it. I just have this stepping in. I guess this app was. It's kind of like when you walk and then you earn tokens that are within the. So it kind of
Yeah.
like you were talking exactly. You were talking about this, and I feel like creates a more mindful and healthier place and better states for people. So can you just tell us a little bit about your background and kind of share
Yeah.
how you would be building it? Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So my background is I'm a developer. I've been a developer for maybe up to 10 years now. Um, I've just come back from Dubai, so I was working at a crypto startup in Dubai for the last 18 months, which was really good. And I've come back, and I'm just eager to find out, just to dive into AI and crypto as well, and just the new emerging technologies, and see how we can use those things to make people's lives better, or to connect us to each other a bit more. Um, so the tools I'm going to be using to build it, I think for the MVP for this stage of it, I'm going to be using Flutter as the development environment. That's because a lot of the stuff is integration. So, for example, a lot of the AI will be on device. Some of the AI will be off device for the multimodal, like for example, speech recognition. But for on device AI, will be using ML Kit, there's a great plugin with Flutter. So there's a lot of stuff I'm going to be using Flutter for, and it'll help me get started quickly. I've already started building it. So if anyone who's here, I've got like my setup in the corner of the hackathon office. So if you want to come and talk to me, feel free. And I'm also going to be available on Discord to chat. So I'm I'm very eager to hear what people. Hello.
Is that in London? Is that in London? If
I'm in London. Yes. Yeah. In London.
Okay. I posted something in the chat for you. You might want to have a look at that. It's how you maintain privacy on the blockchain.
So where's that in general or directly?
No, in the general chat for Discord. So if you click the little thing above the channel, the voice channel.
Yeah. So is it the most recent thing you posted? I can't see anything recently. Or was it posted earlier?
It's a weird thing. Let me DM it to you because like you have to click on a chat. I think Tia to
I'll just
explain
post it
it
in
to me.
general. There you go.
Oh yeah, general is better.
Oh, awesome, appreciate it.
Essentially, what it is it allows you to leave your data encrypted at rest and have
cool.
Multiple symmetrical keys. So, for example, you can hand out your key to verify someone for that event. So basically, you can have all the data in the blockchain encrypted at rest. That means you've got a distributed ledger, and then basically you can perform operations on the blockchain with your key, and you can hand it out to someone, say, like on the event you want to prove an event has happened. So basically, that no one is allowed to access your geolocation, for example, because they don't have one of the keys.
Yeah.
For your data. But then if you want to prove to someone that you've done something, you can issue one of your keys for those events, or you can cycle the keys so you can have multiple keys for multiple events. And basically you issue the keys for those events or those tags. And then that person then decrypts all of the events that you're sending them without the blockchain ever being involved in the encryption or decryption process. So basically the blockchain operations are carried out completely opaquely to the controller, and it's used a lot now in more secure databases by like Oracle and stuff. But it's starting to get implemented in blockchain formats because it just solves the privacy problem.
Wow. Okay. No, so it's not the same as zero knowledge. It's different. It's a different. Or is it? Does it use zero knowledge proofs for verifying?
It uses no. The data's just completely up there in a binary format. So basically, you can have a proof of work attached to the blockchain and the compute, but the actual raw data would just be a binary encrypted format. So then when you want to access like the geolocation data, which would obviously be the information you require to be private, that's where the encryption keys come in.
Cool.
Exactly.
Sounds
I didn't get a scene of it. I'm so not techy.
It's a very odd form of encryption that's only starting to be used more. That's why.
Okay, and do you feel like sharing what are you working on, by the way? I know you weren't up for it, but maybe you changed your mind.
At the I did like 20 years in corporate networking and like IT networking equipment, and then I went back to uni and I finished my master's. So I'm currently looking for work at the moment. One of my friends suggests I come to this.
Okay, and are you looking for a project you want to join, or are you planning to submit your own?
I was taking a light look at the CV AI, to be honest.
I see. Oh, hi.
I can do basically all of the other ones, like the image analysis. I can do in my sleep. So
that's impressive.
No, it's a lot more simple than you'd imagine, and there's a lot of resources out there for image comparison. I'm actually pretty good at it, so I didn't really need.
I do hope you will find a team. I know some people are looking for more of a tech person, so maybe it would work for you. And then there is also,
Yeah, I'll have a look around. Thanks for your time, guys. Lola.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure if you can submit a project right now. I guess you can, right? So I'm not sure. I have to check if
I
you're
don't
interested.
really, I don't really have any current ideas, basically, of my own.
That's fine, I guess.
So I wouldn't pitch a project because I don't really have any ideas about it.
Yeah, I feel you. And then if I can also get back to you, I wanted to check, you kind of already mentioned it, but can you just let me know how you will be taking it off and what are your next steps?
Yeah,
Um,
so I've kind of already started. Can you still hear me? I switched the camera.
Yeah.
The
yeah, I'm
microphone.
very
Oh,
sorry,
good.
Ethel.
Yeah, so I've kind of started building already. So I'm using Flutter. It's a mono repo. I'm going to push up some of the first code now. So the first thing is to do motion detection. So how are you moving the phone? The second thing I'm going to integrate. So hopefully by tomorrow, I'll integrate some of the basic ML kit detection. And then so how I want to work on it is to build an example application that consumes it. So I have a few ideas, but I think what I'm going to go with is just a simple game that just tests your reflexes. So that game is going to tell you to do something, and you're going to do it within a time period. It's just a game you can play with friends, and that's going to be how I kind of prove that the SDK is something that you can use. And yeah, the goal is to have something to submit by the end of the hackathon. I did have a question about the hackathon in terms of how just prizes or just how we can, because some hackathons have different buckets that you submit to. So I don't know what bucket mine would be relevant to. It does use multimodal, so it will need to use speech recognition. So I did see one of the sponsors has that, which I may integrate into at least for the online side of the AI verification. So I don't know if there's any more information we can get from that, or I don't know if anyone knows where we can get that information. It'd be
I
great.
don't, but I think I will check on it and I will get back to you. But another idea, if I don't get an answer, it would be just better for me to check and you text on our Discord channel. I think general would be fine. And you can talk
Sure.
George. Yeah,
I
I
think
think
I think the way they described it in the opening is each of these six modalities has separate prize pools. And so there's like a winner and runners up for each, and they each have an allotment of two separate prizes. I think it's like $1,500 and 500 for the runners up for each of the six modalities. So you have like obviously like fashion, dance, whatever it is. And I think they said they can be pretty flexible in terms of your chosen modality. And like me, I'm going multimodal because it's quite hard to pin it to any of the more creative ones.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, thank you. That's all I need at this point, anyway. Oh,
okay.
awesome.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I do hope you will find team members or they will come to you directly.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just going to keep building. So if anyone wants to help out, or if anyone feels that they can offer their skills, I'm open. We'll see how we
Yeah.
can do.
I think you have synergy with T too. So yeah, maybe it'll work out for you guys.
Say that again?
I think you have a synergy with T2. Maybe it will work for you guys.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'll connect offline with him. I'll
Perfect.
this chat. That'll be good.
Yeah, I'll be
Awesome.
here.
I'm gonna head. I think they've got pizza here. Oh yeah, one of oh, there's pizza. I've just been told
You
there's
gotta
pizza. So
go.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta run.
Go grab pizza.
pizza.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Great. Thanks so much, Loli. Very good interview. I really appreciate it.
Have a nice evening. Bye. And so we also have Tonic here. I do remember correctly, right, that you would like also to pitch your project. So if you feel like doing it, you can do it right now.
Sure. I don't want to take a lot of people's time. Not sure who can hear me, but I hope it's
We can.
everyone.
Oh, good.
So bon appetit, everyone, with the pizza. My name is Joseph. I'm based in Paris, and I've been really disappointed with the quality of the business advisory of LLMs in general. There's like a ton of examples. I'm gonna cut it short, but you get terrible advice. And I wanted to, well, I've been deploying AI systems in enterprise for a couple of years as a, say, side gig, right? And I wanted to bring it all together in a bare bones enterprise pipeline where it's multimodal. It has more than document understanding and can connect with the user for say business or enterprise related questions, right? So even though it's not exactly part of art, design plays a big part in it, and I hope I can work with folks that like doing this sort of thing.
Sounds incredible. Thank you so much for sharing. I think it is beautiful that you have like your kind of pain, something you dislike, and you kind of try to make it work much better. And then I guess, if I do remember correctly, there were kind of more design-oriented artsy people looking for more of a tech person responsible for operational things. And so I do hope you will find the person you're looking for.
Sure. Well, my name's Tonic on Discord. Definitely reach out. We have a proposal, but really open to a ton of ideas and joining yours too. It's this pain point thing. I think as a builder person, it's like quite important to have that motivation and then have the realization also like, hey, I can actually build that right now. And fix your own problems, contribute back to the community, and so on.
Yeah, for sure. And so, yeah, the final question would be, what steps are you planning to take in order to achieve? I'm not sure whether you're targeting MVP or just, I don't know, a demo or things like that, but
So I'm kind of aiming for a usable interactive demo that people can just not only see what we're talking about, but also like use it and give feedback immediately, right? Like any AI project, we have to start with the data. So even though the hackathon is a little bit less than 3 weeks and it can seem like long, it's actually pretty short for creating data, large data sets, image and document understanding data sets. But we plan to and do that and build the infrastructure to get it done, and then use that as a basis to produce our very own unique solution to this. Yeah.
thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Très bonne idée. I could just resist using French again. But then I guess, yeah, thank you so much. I think it is a beautiful idea. And so I interviewed 3 people working on completely different things, which is incredible. And we can sum it up by saying that AI has a lot of incredible use cases. So yeah, Ify, Ryan, and then Joseph, and Tito, I do hope you guys will have a lot of fun and get the point you want to get. And thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thanks,
Great.
Lola. You've been great. I'll be hearing from you soon, I suppose. What's the next steps for the onliners? What can we expect?
I guess there would be more official info on Discord channels. Though I do promise you to check it for you and then tag Joseph, Ryan, and T2. And I guess if he doesn't need it because he's present offline too. So yeah, guys, I made promise and I will tag the organizers right now and I will let you know.
You got it.
Well,
Thanks, Lola.
yeah,
Perfect.
thank you very
Thanks.
much. Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Lola.
Bye.